We've made it to the nightcap of day number 3 at the Dream Nations Cup. The round robin concludes as Brazil takes on Mexico. My name is Will Wiggleman. Been taking you through it all day long, and we have one more game to go. Bragging rights on the line for both sides, although this will not change anything as far as the standings goes. Brazil is locked into the gold medal game, and Mexico locked in to the bronze medal game up to this point. We still have one more game to go, and we pause for the national anthems. And what a treat, a live mariachi band for the Mexican national anthem. A large contingent of Mexico fans here to take in this one as Team Mexico tries to get its first win of the round robin, taking on Team Brazil. And as always with a Team Brazil game, I'm joined alongside by my friend Claudio, who has brought the Portuguese to our program. We had some Arabic earlier today for the Team Egypt men's game, and now Claudio again bringing back the Portuguese. So welcome back in, Claudio.
Thank you so much, and we expect today a very interesting game. Mexico didn't win yet, and he wants to go back to Mexico at least with one win. Brazil on your side is trying to get to the gold medal game tomorrow, and let's see how this game is going to develop.
So Brazil will be taking on Team Caribbean in the gold medal game on Sunday. Due to tie-breaking procedures, that has been confirmed, even if Mexico wins this one. Between the pipes again for Team Mexico, Moises Balas, who has been very sharp in goal. Despite Mexico giving up a lot of goals, he has faced a lot of shots, and he has been strong. On the other side, Rafael Goncalves is back between the pipes. He was in goal for the win over Pakistan on Wednesday. Puck is down, and we are underway. Isaac Gibbs, number 98, took the draw for Team Brazil. He was suspended in yesterday's loss to Team Caribbean. Flying in is Socrates, tried a centering feed right to Gibbs, got through. Shot from the point is blocked. Sending it back around, Matthew Melnick comes over to the near side. Gibbs passes it off, and Melnick shot off a stick and up out of play.
Brasil começa o jogo fazendo pressão sobre o México, tentando garantir ou confirmar sua vaga na final sem nenhum risco, já que já praticamente classificado devido às regras de desempate.
Off the space go, Gibbs tried to win it forward, couldn't do it. And now a turnaround try, they score! Melnick popped the water bottle behind Balas. He's going to need a new one, and Brazil strikes first.
Boa jogada do Brasil, saiu do face-off, Melnick pegou o puck, girou, chutou lá onde o morcego dorme e quebrou a pobre da garrafa do goleiro do México. Agora melou o gelo inteiro de suco de Gatorade, provavelmente laranja.
We've heard of a bottle pop in goal. That's a term used a lot in hockey when you hit the water bottle. So you zoom in on it right there, Gatorade all over behind Balas in that net. As Melnick placed it perfectly and knocked the top right off the water bottle. Early quick start for Brazil. Robertson trying to add to it. Taken by Jorge Ruiz. Down on the near side, Brazil working, try and sweep it out in front. Came all the way through, and Carlos Mendoza tries to move it along. Mendoza has the only goal of the tournament for Team Mexico. That came in the loss to Pakistan yesterday. Back in his own end, Alexander Kazu gave it away, and that shot goes wide off the stick of Victor. Brazil looking to work back up. Into the offensive zone. Shot by Becerra off the body into the corner. Puck loose right in front of Balas. He's able to kick it out. And it does just get past Ronnie Calio at the line. Ronnie's pass didn't have much on it. Mexico trying to swoop in to intercept. VR tried to center for Chaveste, who's heading towards the net. Tornman able to chip it past Takaya, and McColgan trying to move it further. And McColgan works in to the offensive zone, missed that one on the short side. Eretsuka moved it up the boards. Brazil working back in, that shot blocked on the way through by Takaya. Cavalcanti got that shot away. McColgan able to drop it off for Marchetti. He gave it right to Takaya, trying to catch back up to it. Mexico in the midst of a change, and Brazil take it all the way back to regroup. A turnover off the collision, and it was just pushed wide by Francisco Franco. They try and poke it back in. McColgan able to skate out with it. McColgan throws on the brakes. Took a bump and it's kicked out by Alcaraz. Gutierrez, pardon me. Up the near side, Melnick able to get it in. Gutierrez, first one on it. Musi was upended. Power play coming up for Mexico. Delayed penalty call against Brazil. And as Gibbs comes in and steals the puck away, we get our first penalty of the game. And Team Mexico going on the power play.
Primeira falta do jogo do time do Brasil. O jogador de 60, número Melnick, fez uma falta, o holding, ou seja, ele segurou o jogador do México, impediu ele de progredir na sua ação. Então ele vai passar ali 2 minutinhos no penalty box.
So Mexico with a chance to try and tie up this score early on. 11:33 still left to go in period 1. Socrates chasing after it, and he's able to clear the zone. Bartolo coming all the way back for it. Starts his way up ice. Bartolo flying through. Had it taken away and comes all the way back down. Gutierrez. Up towards the far side. Here comes Mexico. Passes to Dixon Child, but it was in his skates. Now Gibbs working in shorthanded. Gibbs couldn't step around Gutierrez with the puck. Ballas pokes at it, and Dixon Child from Hofstra University able to send it rink wide before going off for a change. Takaya fresh off the bench, hustling after that one. Overskated though. Gibbs trying to spin away. Stick handles out towards the front of the net, and Ballas able to cover up. An aggressive penalty kill here from Brazil that has 55 seconds left in it.
Brazil's been able to keep the puck on the Mexico side, even with short-handed. That's a very aggressive team today, trying to recover from the last loss that make them very upset.
And it's always good to end the group stage on a high note, especially when you're going into the gold medal game against the team that beat you, Team Caribbean, and that will be on Sunday. Robertson still working short-handed. Mexico looking to get it out of their own end. Tournman centering feed, and Robertson just pushed it wide. Tournman again sent it all the way through. Bianchini off for Robertson on his backhand, he scores!
Boa jogada do Gabriel Bianchini, passou para o Robertson, que viu o goleiro no lugar certo, mas usou o backhand, chutou lá no cantinho do lado direito do goleiro e não conseguiu chegar no puck. Agora 2-0 para o Brasil, Robertson.
And with the jailbreak rule here at the Dream Nations, that shorthanded goal means the Mexico power play is over. Robertson and Melnick now have goals. Robertson with his first one at this Dream Nations, just 16 years of age. Played for the Columbus Chill 16U AA team this past season. One of the younger players here on Team Brazil. Back to 5-on-5 as Chavez trying to move it in. Here's Franco getting it down deep. Now Veste able to one-hand it around Bianchini. Slips it through for Tournman. Pass led out. Becerra trying to slip it down low towards Robertson. Loose puck. Franco the first one on it. Tournman comes back to steal it from him. Hiratsuka up the boards. Kept in by Bianchini on goal. Kick save Ballas. Hiratsuka off the wall. Bianchini down low. Gets it back. His shot, and Ballas able to make another save. Chaveste able to just rim it all the way down, and it will die short of the icing line, so play continues. This game did get a little bit of a late start if you're just joining us, as the previous game between Team Caribbean and Team Pakistan all got a little rough. Lots of penalties. Here's Royce Dixon Child on the left wing side. Rising shot missed the net.
Yeah, I don't have exact numbers, but I believe that was more penalty minutes than shots on goal on the previous game.
That is an incredible statistic. As Musi able to get it out towards Garcia. Left wing side, Bartolo works in, his shot blocked. Bartolo again trying to stuff it. Puck behind the net, McColgan chips it off the boards. Mexico regains control. Garcia hands it off at the line. Shot on net, and Goncalves able to clutch it to his chest and hang on. Rafael Goncalves from Troy, Michigan, plays for the University of Michigan Dearborn in the ACHA, did so back in 2018-19, and has been a part of Brazil at 4 separate Latin Cups. He's someone who has worn this Brazilian jersey proud and often. Socrates. He will chip it around to the near side. Lucas Reiser couldn't get it out. There's Garcia taking a look over his shoulder. To the point, Dixon Child couldn't load it up. Fired a pass across. That shot off a stick and up out of play, as Hiratsuka tried to get it on net.
Chute do jogador mexicano, o Melnick colocou o taco na frente, o puck subiu, foi parar do lado de fora do ring. Só não foi parar porque tem uma tela. Nesse caso, o juiz interrompe e faz face-off ofensivo para o México.
Off this draw, Garcia tried to send it towards the net, and it was blocked on the way through. They dig away along the half wall. Gibbs able to steal it away. Mexico takes it back. Gibbs runs his man into the corner boards. They still battle. Finally, Socrates able to work, and he spins back and finds some skating room. Lead pass on for Gibbs. Trying to make a pass over to Melnick, that didn't work. Socrates grabs the loose puck, and Palas able to make the save and hang on.
Boa jogada do Miranda, e o puck sobrou ali para Sócrates na frente do gol. Chutou, mas chutou em cima do goleiro, que segurou e fez a defesa. O Brasil começa muito bem, com 11 chutes a gol e 2 gols, ainda faltando 6:44 para o fim do primeiro período. Volto com você, Will.
Off this face-off. Tied up along the board, sent to the line, at least towards the point, and now back deep to Tournament. Robertson scoops it up. Robertson with a nice move between his own legs, but couldn't pull it back to his stick. Rubbed around off the far boards. Kept alive by Team Brazil. Tournament spinning. Robertson tried to get it towards the net, couldn't do it. All the way around it comes. And the shot towards the cage by Roney didn't work. Mexico looking for an outlet. Robertson came all the way back to grab that puck. And now Robertson will fly in on the left wing side. Had it knocked off his stick. Herrera from the outside sent it wide. Here comes Lopez. As Victor joining him, Lopez's shot blocked by Cavalcante. Brazil back the other way. Plenty of Mexican players back to defend. Cavalcante a shot, and it's gloved and held by Balas. And cheers from the Mexican faithful down in the corner. Far corner in the zone down to our right.
Excelente participação agora do Léo Cavalcante. Pegou a defesa, evitou que o jogador do México chutasse, pegou o rebote e saiu no contra-ataque sozinho e chegou de frente para o goleiro, chutou, mas o goleiro fez um bom catch com a sua luva e mantendo o placar 2-0 Brasil.
Both teams making some changes here ahead of this face-off to Moises Balas' right. And a penalty looks like it was called against Mexico, possibly. Too many men on the ice is the call, so VR will go serve it, and Brazil gets a power play. Melnick up top to Socrates. Over to the near side, Gibbs. Fired across, Melnick holds, waits, still doesn't shoot. Now he tried to pass across, that was knocked away. Gibbs, hand off for Socrates, looks towards the net, takes the shot, and Ballas able to make the save and hang on. Bartolo's stick went flying as Bianchini lifted it, and Bartolo took a little bit of exception to that.
Power play do time brasileiro, o time do México tinha 6 jogadores no gelo e nesse momento o Brasil faz pressão.
Puck escapes the zone. Bianchini had some trouble. Here's Bartolo shorthanded. Gets around Socrates. Bartolo couldn't slip that one on goal. Now he's spun to the ice, and a penalty coming up against Team Brazil. Whistles blow. And tripping is the call. As it looks like Bianchini. So we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute and 11 seconds. And then it will be a Mexico power play for a brief 49 seconds after that.
Pênalti agora do time brasileiro. O jogador Gabriel Bianchini derrubou o jogador do México, o chamado tripping, fez ele tropeçar. E agora estão com o mesmo número de jogadores, 4 contra 4, mas o time do México já tem um pênalti já há algum tempo, então ele vai ter power play assim que voltar.
Dixon Child able to keep it away from the oncoming Brazilian before it's cleared all the way down, and that is an icing against Brazil because they are not shorthanded yet. It's still 4-on-4. The faceoff will come all the way back towards Brazil's end. Draw will be to Goncalves' left. 2-0 Brazil, late stages of period 1, the final round robin game at the Dream Nations 2025. Bartolo trying to stick handle through traffic, turnaround try, gets blocked, and a second opportunity goes off the back glass. Becerra lost it, as pressure off the bench was Musi. Becerra back to it, able to get away from Musi. Becerra goes with a rink-wide shot that is as good as a clearing attempt. Doesn't get all the way down for icing. 27 seconds left in the 4-on-4 before it becomes a brief Mexican power play. Verdekin stepped over the line, but offsides as Mexico crossed the line before the puck did. We'll see where they place this face-off. Will be on the near side, just outside of the Brazil zone. 2-0 to score in favor of Team Brazil. Socrates working up the left wing. He flies in. Socrates with a little toe drag, lost the puck. And now Mexico just able to clear it out. So go all the way down. And icing waved off, as they say. Goncalves made enough of a move out of his net towards that puck to negate the icing. Gibbs steps in, makes a move, gets to the cage, and Ballas able to get down to make the save. Gibbs spinning along the half wall, works his way up top. Didn't like what he saw, so he leaves the zone. 20 seconds left on what is currently a Mexico power play. Dixon Child back for it in the Mexican end. Just swept it right up the boards. Gutierrez the first one there. Able to toss it ahead. Gibbs pulls it. And now Gibbs works in. It's back to 5-on-5. Gibbs went down to the ice, looking around for a penalty call that won't come. Bartolo sent it ahead. Left wing side, Garcia fending off some checks. Garcia continues to spin. Tries to fire a pass across. Couldn't find a teammate. Now Garcia on his backhand. We get whistles. It's like another Mexican penalty coming up possibly. Indeed it is, and Alejandro Garcia from Mexico City has to step into the penalty box. And Brazil back to the power play here.
Pênalti do time do México, mais power play. Agora dessa vez foi tripping do México e o Brasil agora com 5 jogadores contra 4 jogadores mexicanos.
A 5-on-4 man advantage for Team Brazil. 2:13 left to go in the first. Becerra leads it up top. Cavalcanti sent it through and Balas able to track it through the traffic. They dig away. Biancini steps off the wall, gets to the front of the net, and Balas able to cover up and get a whistle and a face-off.
Bianchini tenta ali pelo cantinho, o goleiro mexicano interveio, segurou o puck e evitou a progressão. Face-off para o Brasil do lado direito do goleiro.
Off this draw, sent towards the net and wide. Cavalcanti looks to step out, his shot stopped by Balas in tight. Brazil looking for more. Tournman on goal. That was blocked up by some traffic. Tournman still able to keep it alive. Robertson pulls it off the wall. Tries to work to the front. Tournman off the boards. Dixon Child takes it there, and he clears down ice. Minute 10 to go in period one. And it's ripped up the right wing side. Lucy able to take over away from Cavalcanti, and he clears out. Lucas Miranda over to the far side towards Socrates. Try to get it out. Gibbs back in the direction of Miranda. Try to go back towards Gibbs. Melnick takes over. Tried an inside-out move on Chaveste that he couldn't complete. Gibbs working down the wall. All the way around the net. Up top, Socrates feeds it across. Shot comes in and Balas makes the save. Chaveste, hey, couldn't get it out. Melnick and Chaveste come together. Final 13 seconds ticking off his first period. We're back to 5-on-5. Gutierrez just fires it up ahead. 5 seconds left. Garcia trying to force his way into the offensive zone. And he sweeps it down deep, and that will do it for the opening 15 minutes here between Brazil and Mexico. The Brazilians a 2-0 lead. We'll be right back with period 2 from the American Dream Mall. back here at the Dream Nations Cup. Second period action getting set to get underway between Team Brazil and Team Mexico. Rafael Goncalves' group has scored 2. He has not allowed one yet on 3 shots, although you see the Gatorade there after the bottle-popping goal by Melnick early on. Up here with Claudio from Team Brazil. Thanks again for joining me. Solid first period for your group. What are you looking for here in the second?
Yeah, Brazil recovered very quickly from the bad first period against the Caribbean, and some of the making more pressure on the offensive zone with the Mexico team, and also don't letting Mexico feel home on Brazil defense.
Turnover here, it's Bartolo working in. His shot stopped, and Garcia grabs the rebound behind the net. Back over towards Bartolo. Up high, Dixon Child able to throw it back down deep. Garcia pins it along the boards. Couple of Brazilian players there. Cavalcanti finally able to run Garcia into the wall, and Marchetti gets it up the boards and finally out of the zone. Here's Bancini taking a look, trying to send it towards the middle. It's taken back by Mexico. Marchetti had his stick lifted. Bartolo works in with Garcia. Bartolo cutting, shooting, and he missed it wide. Off the board, shot on goal, was kicked out. This one tossed high and all the way down. Came all the way towards Ballas, but it was taken away by the Mexican defense before it got there. Melnick with a steal at the blue line. Steps in, he shoots, and he missed it on the blocker's side. Kazuo able to keep it in. Melnick in front, one-timer, and Kazuo trying to get that goal. And Ballas able to make the save.
Nice play from Melnick. It got the puck from the Mexican player, moved forward and saw the number 99 Miranda there to shot and roll, but the goalie got a good save.
Up comes Mexico. Jorge Ruiz able to push it along. Lopez a long range shot that missed wide. Kazuo off the glass, kept in. Lopez able to backhand along towards Mendoza. That got past him. Brazil looking to work up. Gibbs on the outside. Sent it all the way through. Picked up by Lopez on the other side. Socrates tried to toss it along. Now lead pass is on for Lopez. Roney able to move it up from his own end. And now Gibbs trying to step around Ruiz. Gibbs settles down the puck. Couldn't toss it past Chavez. And now a drive from the point by Reeser. Ended up a couple feet over top of the cage. Run back over to the far side. Becerra took a hit there. Gibbs able to steal the puck. Gibbs behind the net. Couldn't center. Socrates pinches in from the blue line. Fed across. Reeser walks in and fires. It's blocked. Mexico able to clear. Melnick all the way back for it in his own end. Watched by Victor. And now back out comes Brazil. Robertson backpedals. To sweep it out in front. And Becerra just pushed it wide. Robertson. Centering feed knocked back. Chaveste couldn't move up ice with it. Here's Robertson in front looking for Becerra, who may have been in a bit too tight on Ballas. That shot comes in, stopped, and the rebound swept away. Socrates backpedals. So we approach 11 minutes left to go In period number 2, Brazil still with a 2-0 lead over Mexico, but winning the shots battle 18-4. Becerra put it up top. Walking in and shooting is Reeser. And it's knocked down, sent back towards the cage. Ballas has it underneath, and he will hang on for a whistle.
Bom chute do Lucas Reeser. Ele chutou, o goleiro tentou segurar, não conseguiu, deixou o rebote na frente dele. E aí chegaram dois jogadores brasileiros tentando empurrar para dentro, ficou aquela confusão ali, mas o juiz interrompeu o jogo, já que o goleiro tinha a posse do puck por debaixo dele. Continua 2-0 para o Brasil, 18 chutes para o Brasil contra 4 do México, mostrando uma boa superioridade do time brasileiro, apesar do México ter começado melhor esse segundo período.
Mexico needs one more before this face-off. VR will step back off the bench and head out. Robertson, with a battle ensuing right in front of Ballas at the top of paint. Robertson ripped it in that direction. Ballas able to make the save through the traffic. Dixon Child a rink wide feed. Skated into by Garcia. He overskated it though, and offside's called against the Mexicans.
Impedimento do time mexicano, o jogador passou à frente, esqueceu o puck, e aí, obviamente nesse caso, como sempre o puck precisa passar antes da linha azul antes do jogador, é considerado impedimento.
Cavalcanti around the net. Chased by a couple of Mexican players. Cavalcanti keeps on chugging, but he lost it. Bianchini retrieves in his own end. Chance for Mexico from the fans in that far corner down to our right. Gutierrez with a good play. Trying to cut in, couldn't do it. And now Brazil trying to work up. A 2-on-1, Robertson with Tornman got it over, and Tornman swung and missed. Back to the line, sent on goal, deflected wide. Garcia, lead pass. And it's on for Dixon Child. Trying to toss it through towards Musi. McColgan goes on the brakes. And he turned it over to Victor. Lopez just pushed that one wide. Lopez tried to rip it back out in front. Shot fresh off the bench, save Goncalves. That was Mendoza who let it go, and a pad save made by Goncalves comes back towards him, and he's forced to make another stop. Becerra can't escape the defensive zone. He's ripped down to the ice. Brazil wants a penalty they won't get. Ruiz sends a pass up. Tap back out by the Brazilians. Cavalcanti steps by his man with a lane to the net. Trying to make a pass, the cross popped up in the air. And swinging and missing as it dropped was Pereira. Puck still in the Mexico end, finally escapes the zone. As a play made there by Mendoza. Ruiz. Trying to bounce it up. Mexico keeps it moving. Back deep in Mexico's end, Marchetti and Ruiz after it. They come together and battle. Marchetti trying to squeeze through. McColgan taken into the boards, and play is stopped. I believe the net came off its moorings. Indeed, that seems to be the case. So the net came off, the reason for the stoppage. We'll get another face-off.
O jogo foi paralisado agora porque algum jogador acidentalmente bateu na trave no gol, né, e o gol deslocou. A trave não é presa, ela é só tem um pininho que segura ela, mas não é nada que não possa sair com um empurrão.
Sent over to the far side. Kazuo all the way around. Marchetti trying to reach out for it. Sent back down deep in the Mexican end. Comes up to Roney at the point. Back on goal. That was blocked. Pereira after it. Now sent down towards the net. Ends up on the near side boards. This one moved up and out. Kazuo sent a pass up. Brazil was in the midst of a change. Was a delayed offsides for a moment. Mexico looking for an exit. And they've iced the puck here. Just under 7 minutes left to go in the second. And Team Mexico will have to deal with a face-off back in their own end. Still a close game though, 2-0.
Yeah, Brazil is having a few opportunities, but not shooting very well to make more scores. And still close game.
Gibbs trying to change that off the face-off. Got his stick caught up in Ballas. That irked Takaya a little bit. He tried to toss Gibbs' stick. Mexico making a full change here. Isaac Gibbs was suspended for yesterday's game against Team Caribbean.
Yeah, and Brazil missed him a lot yesterday for a very strong Caribbean team. But hopefully he's back and he'll be on the gold medal game.
Ballas able to flash the leather as he scooped it up. Gibbs out of Central Michigan University. Played the last 4 years there, ACHA Division III. Out of Novi, Michigan. Was an all-state player at Novi High back in his high school days. One tossed out, Garcia after it. And dumped in by Gutierrez. Socrates throws on the brakes, trying to escape from Garcia. Socrates over to the near side. It's bounced up by Reeser. Gibbs trying to kick it up to his stick, and his toe drag shut down by Gutierrez. Gibbs below the goal line, centering pass came all the way through to Bartolo of Mexico. And then Bartolo run down to the ice by Miranda. And a penalty coming up against Miranda as those two continue to wrestle in the corner. Miranda and Bartolo have to be separated. And it is Lucas Miranda heading to the penalty box. And Mexico will get another power play.
Falta do time brasileiro. O jogador Lucas Miranda se estranhou ali com o jogador mexicano quando caiu, mas derrubou ele. O juiz deve marcar tripping provavelmente. E power play para o time mexicano. México com um jogador a mais pelos próximos 2 minutos.
So Mexico a chance to get on the board here. Their third power play of this game by my tally. As Lucas Miranda sits in the penalty box. Musi trying to get back to that puck after the faceoff. He's locked up. Bianchini grabs it and clears it all the way down. Ballas directing traffic as he hands off for Bartolo. It was watched by Robertson. Bartolo, long headman feed, comes all the way through, and that's an icing against Team Mexico.
Quem acompanhou o jogo ontem, a gente falou do icing, falou como puck pro mato, pro jogo de campeonato, se não é permitido, mas tem uma exceção. Quando o time está com um jogador a menos, ele pode jogar o puck pro outro lado. O time que está com um jogador a mais não pode fazer isso. Por isso que o Brasil jogou o puck pro outro lado, não foi icing, e quando o México fez o mesmo, foi icing.
Sent down low in Mexico's end, and they'll try and get the power play going. Bartolo, a long pass. They try and send it back to him. The pass was behind him, And now Bartolo works in. Bartolo tried to curl and drag. That didn't work. Bounced up to Musi, quickly across. Garcia trying to escape Robertson. They come together in the corner. This one fired and kept in the zone. Good play by Musi. Shot on, blocked. Robertson tripped up. Penalty coming up against Mexico. Here comes Tournman shorthanded. Tournman a shot. Fought off by Ballas. And then Tournman going after Musi as those two got tangled up. And tensions rising. Ballas trying to get involved in this scrum as well. Referee keeping him away and getting him back to his crease.
O time do México errou o chute, o brasileiro saiu no contra-ataque, foi derrubado. Então o juiz marcou a falta para o Brasil, mas a falta levou a vantagem, né? Então o jogador número 20 foi com o puck até a zona de ataque, tentou chutar. E aí depois se estranhou com o jogador mexicano. E aí os dois foram lá para a salinha do pecado. Refletir o confessionário, refletir um pouco mais e se acalmar um pouco.
Both Tournman and Musi are in the penalty boxes. The original call was coming up against Mexico. So if those penalties are even, it should be 4-on-4 for the next 40 seconds before a Brazil power play, unless they forgot about that original penalty.
Brazil seems to be a little bit nervous, not sure exactly why. They're winning the game 2-0, controlling the game in a sense, and but it's really been a game that's looks like more tougher than it looks like it needs to be.
Well, indeed, those penalties will cancel out. Berdekin had the original call for tripping. So he is the one in the box for Mexico as well. And we will have some 4-on-4 action here and then another Brazil power play. Maybe there's a little bit of frustration from Brazil getting all these chances and unable to put a couple more goals in. It felt like it was going to be easy with a couple early on, but Ballas has settled in and made some good saves. Comes to the line, the shot on, and right on cue, Ballas able to swallow up the chance from Bianchini.
Boa chance do Gabriel Bianchini, pegou, limpou, chutou, mas o goleiro estava lá para defender. Mantém 2-0.
Off this face-off, Gibbs retreats, looks towards the net, passes it off to the half wall, gets it back. Gibbs up top, sent it through, and Ballas able to find it through the traffic and kick it out. Robertson to the near side, Socrates. Back up to Robertson. Socrates once more, works down the wall, backdoor play, and Gibbs is robbed. A great save from Ballas. Robertson winds and fires that one deflected wide. Brazil's on the power play now as Miranda's penalty is over. Gutierrez able to clear it out of the zone. Robertson back for it and neutral ice.
Excelente jogada agora do Sócrates dando passe para o Gibbs, que errou por pouco o chute.
Gibbs takes a look, sweeps it all the way across to Bianchini. Down behind the net, Melnick takes a look, goes out to Gibbs. His shot knocked down by Ballas. Melnick back on it, and Ballas able to cover up with traffic right in front. Shots 24-7 in favor of Team Brazil, 2-0 to score. And 40 seconds left on this Brazilian power play. Mexico certainly right in it as far as the scoreboard goes, even though Brazil has controlled much of the play. Off this face-off, Brazil looking for another opportunity. It's knocked away. Here comes Bartolo shorthanded. Bartolo, they catch up to him. He's dragged down. Penalty coming up against Team Brazil, and a penalty shot for Bartolo.
O jogador 82 perdeu o puck na zona de ataque. O jogador do México veio no contra-ataque, muito rápido, e ele teve que se jogar, terminando derrubando o jogador do México, resultando num penalty de tripping, que vai ser convertido em um penalty shot. Penalty shot é um penalty que é um lance que o jogador pode ir sozinho com o puck e tentar fazer o gol. Ele só tem um chute, se tentar um chute, entrou, se não entrar, o chute é anulado. E o jogador que recebeu a falta é quem normalmente converte.
It's sometimes called the most exciting play in hockey. A one-on-one against the goaltender. The penalty shot for Brian Bartolo. He works into the right side. Bartolo picks up speed, gets the backhand, and he fumbled it. Slams his stick in frustration. It stays 2-0.
Belo movimento do jogador Rafael Gonçalves. O jogador do México tentou fazer o drible, mas o Gonçalves se posicionou muito bem. Terminou que o puck escapuliu um pouco do taco do jogador mexicano. E como ele não conseguiu fazer o chute, o penalty shot se extinguiu.
So we continue with an offensive zone draw for Mexico. 26 seconds left on the Brazilian power play. This loose puck being hustled after. Becerra got there first, and Balas forced to kick out that right leg and make a save. Bartolo surrounded. Brazil comes up with the puck. Now Ruiz takes it, sent it only as far as the line as Reeser kept it in. Mexico back to full strength here. Gibbs steps his way up to the top of the circle, and that shot blocked by a stick and up out of play. Under 2.5 here to go in period 2, and it's still a 2-0 lead for Team Brazil. No goals yet in this middle frame.
Segundo período sem nenhum gol até agora. 2:27 para se encerrar. Brasil 2-0. Não tem mais pênalti de nenhum dos lados. Força máxima dos dois lados agora.
Off this draw, sent on goal, and a glove save by Balas.
Chute a distância do Sócrates. Recebeu o puck, desviou, puxou um pouquinho para a esquerda e tentou o chute e limpou, mas o goleiro segurou com firmeza.
Brancini able to keep it alive. Brazil back to work. Centering pass came back to Robertson. Rims it up the near side boards. Brancini put it down low. It's right in front, pinballing around. Mexico able to clear it out of danger. Didn't cross the blue line though. Robertson right back on it. Up top, Socrates let it go, and a save by Balas with the blocker. Mexico clears. Socrates, first one back on it. Stops up behind his own net. His pass off a teammate's skate. Followed up. And now McColgan skates into it. McColgan sends it around. Miranda, challenged by Dixon Child. Comes to the point. Bianchini's shot is blocked by Gutierrez. Socrates around to the near side. Stumbling there was Robertson. And Dixon Child able to take control of the puck. Starts his way up, but fanned on the clearing attempt. Brazil takes back control. McColgan right at the point. Tried a back pass. Didn't have a teammate there. And up comes Mexico on a counter. Lopez had his stick tied up by Socrates on the back check as he went to shoot. Lopez trying to find that puck. Victor pushed it down deep. And now McColgan on the left wing side. working on Ruiz. McColgan all the way around the net with 35 to go in the second period. That shot came in. It was stopped. Too many men on the ice has been called against Team Mexico, I believe. Oh no, pardon me, Team Brazil had too many skaters out on the ice. So Mexico getting the power play here. Mental mistake there for Team Brazil. We'll see if Mexico can make them pay if they don't score in these last 29 seconds of this period. They will start the third on the power play.
Falta do time brasileiro, chamado Too Many Men on the Ice, quer dizer, tinha muitos homens no gelo. É uma falta chamada de banco, não é um jogador que comete, normalmente é um erro coletivo. Então, Brasil penalizado.
Here's Gibbs short-handed to the backhand, save Ballas, and Tournament had his stick lifted as he went to go for that rebound.
Nice play from Gibbs. It was open net for the Tournament, but unfortunately for Brazil, the Mexico player
Garcia running out of time. His backhander goes over top of the cage. Mexico with 1 minute and 31 seconds of power play time. When we come back for the third after a scoreless second, Brazil up on Mexico 2-0 and up 28-8 in the shots on goal department. Mexican fans, though, still with hope. We'll see if their team can get them a goal in the third period. We'll be right back here with the Dream Nations Cup. Getting set for the final period of the round robin portion of the 2025 Dream Nations. Team Brazil leads Team Mexico 2-0. Will Wiggleman back here alongside Claudio from Team Brazil. It's been a fun one so far. Lots of opportunities for Brazil, but Moises Balas and Team Mexico has been able to keep it close.
Yeah, Brazil is missing that very final touch to make the score more 2-0. Many opportunities, but not making it count. So in the end, scoreless second period was a bit frustrating.
Chance of Mexico from the fans down to our right as a drive by Bartolo whistles wide. Mexico still on a power play here. Penalty coming up against Mexico as Reeser clears it all the way down. Comes right in on Balas, and we will get the call.
Yeah, Gibbs was tripped, I guess, by the Mexican player, and resulting in a power play. I guess Lucas Reeser didn't notice exactly that was a penalty coming on the Brazil side and kicked it out. So giving away the initial part of the power play, but still actually not a power play because Brazil has a player on the penalty box. That's going to be a 4-on-4.
A 4-on-4 for 41 seconds as the trip goes against Alejandro Garcia. And after that 41 seconds, Brazil will be on the power play for 1 minute and 19 seconds. Robertson able to pull it off the face-off over to the sideboards. Verdecken knocked down. And a penalty call coming up, so forget about that Brazilian power play as Mexico will go back to the man advantage.
Esqueça tudo que falamos sobre o Brasil ia ter power play em breve, porque agora pênalti. O jogador do México foi derrubado pelo Bezerra e vai lá pro penalty box.
There are 30 seconds left on the first Brazil penalty. 4-on-3 advantage for Mexico. Then it'll be 4-on-4 once those 30 seconds expire. And then once Garcia is released, more abbreviated power play time for the Mexicans.
O México agora vai ter 4 jogadores, o Brasil 3. 3 jogadores é o mínimo que time pode ficar no gelo. Então 4 contra 3 vai ser o que vai ser pelos próximos 30 segundos até o jogador do Brasil ser liberado do penalty box.
Now we're all set to go for a face-off deep in Brazil's end. Cleared all the way down right off the jump, and Balas able to stop it with his goal stick. Bartolo trying to get away from Robertson. Bartolo makes a move, and now Bartolo works in, fakes the shot. Bartolo gets it on net, and a save by Goncalves. Bartolo again drops it off. Lopez shot it wide. It's 4-on-4 now as Brazil gets a man back. Lopez couldn't get it back deeper. Here comes Robertson with Melnick 2-on-1. Robertson shoots, and Balas able to swallow it up and make the save.
O Robertson pegou o contra-ataque agora pelo lado esquerdo, patinou, eram 2 contra 1, os 60 mil, né, que estava do outro lado. Ele não encontrou espaço para passar, resolveu chutar. Boa defesa do goleiro Balas do México. Continua 2-0 Brasil.
Will continue. Balas with the face-off coming to his right. Sees it won back by Gibbs of Brazil. Still some more 4-on-4 time as Melnick trying to dig it away from Dixon Child. And finally it's pulled through by Gutierrez. Only got as far as the blue line. Shot came through and it's blocked by Musi. Melnick Rink wide feed to Socrates. Sent it on, goal deflected, they score! Great hand-eye from Gibbs as he's able to tip that shot down. It goes 5-hole on Balas, and Brazil finally gets that third goal.
Grande jogada do time brasileiro. O puck foi trabalhado de lado para lado. O Sócrates deu chute e o Gibbs estava lá para tocar no puck e tirar da defesa do goleiro, fazendo agora o terceiro gol do time brasileiro. E terceiro período, Brasil 3, México 0.
So Gibbs adds a goal to his assist, his second tally of this tournament. Still 4-on-4 for another 33 seconds. As Musi trying to grab it off the draw. Gutierrez off the boards into the offensive zone, trying to toe drag through. Gutierrez getting cut around, Gibbs that tuck. Gutierrez back on it, trying to pull it out in front. Couldn't get it to his backhand, and it's taken away by Team Brazil. Gibbs with a long pass ends up with Musi. Gutierrez coming back for it. Melnick looking for a steal. Gutierrez ends up with it, and he'll reverse it over to Dixon Child. Reeser tied up. Mendoza overskated the puck. And now Garcia with it. Everybody out of the penalty boxes. It is 5-on-5, a 3-0 Brazil lead here in period 3. Tournman dropped it back. Socrates with a little head fake. Up into the offensive zone. Socrates had it taken off his stick. Takaya fanned on the pass. Now a second chance opportunity. He's able to move it ahead. And now Socrates is being escorted to the penalty box. He thought he was taken down illegally, had a word with the referee about it, and now he's the one that will take a seat.
Falta técnica do Sócrates. Ele escorregou, foi derrubado pelo mexicano. Sinceramente eu não vi ele sendo derrubado. Eu acho que ele escorregou e reclamou com o juiz. E os juízes, depois do jogo do Caribe contra o Paquistão, que teve tantos pênaltis, eles estão com menos paciência. Então jogou direto o Sócrates para o penalty box. 2 minutos de pênalti para o Brasil.
So Mexico with another power play. Trying to break that goose egg up on the board. Bartola walks in, he scores! Mexico on the board, it's Bartolo who puts it home.
Mexico capitalized their power play. They got the shot on the left side of the goalie Gonçalves that did nothing to do. Actually, the goalie now is Ryan Pop, I think.
And the Mexican fans going crazy. They've stuck it out the whole game, and they finally see their team find the back of the net. It's just the second time in this tournament, and it's Brian Bartolo, who was unable to capitalize on the penalty shot earlier in the game, who gets the power play goal. Marchetti just hit the crossbar, trying to respond for Brazil. Up comes Garcia, enters the offensive end. His shot was kicked out by Goncalves. McColgan able to work his way up. Gets into the offensive zone. McColgan knocked down by Garcia. They battle for it right in front of the fans in the corner. McColgan down to a knee. Reeser grabs it up top across to Pizzuo. Shot it through. That's blocked. And then towards the back door. Marchetti got a chance off that Balas is able to save.
Nice play from Brazil. 2 passes, and we come back to Marchetti that tried to shoot it, but it missed it.
Sent up to the far side. Miranda on his backhand to the net. Save! Balas, and he swept it off the goal line. Cavalcanti fanned on it. Victor trying to give him some trouble. Takaya swoops in. Takaya on his backhand centering feed. Victor couldn't get it to go. And that swept right back through the slot. Vic Colgan off the boards. Kept alive. And now Miranda lead pass. Melnick with Takaya hustling back. Melnick stopped by Ballas. Gibbs tries to work around the cage. Gets up high, sent it across the one-timer, ripped wide. Melnick couldn't get it to go. Ballas down, and finally they put it in as Melnick has his second of the game.
Uma jogada bem trabalhada do time. Eles passou para o chute. Depois eles recuperaram o puck, tentaram fazer o passe por trás do gol. O Gibbs tentou fazer a volta por trás do gol e fazer o gol. O goleiro segurou no primeiro momento, mas aí o Melnick chegou lá e empurrou para dentro, o juiz marcando o quarto gol do Brasil. Brasil 4, México 1.
As the Brazil fans turn to cheer as Melnick gets his second of the game and fourth of the tournament. Our boy Ballas made a couple of good saves just before that one. I thought he was able to stop the last one, but it slipped underneath him and over the goal line. Franco tied up with Marchetti, who gets in. Marchetti all the way around. Forced off. Gutierrez is able to move it up. Now it's Dixon Child making a move. Gets into the offensive end. Dixon Child shot off a stick. Almost food Goncalves, who has to cover it up. They changed direction on the way through. Pardon me, that is Ryan Koch as Brazil made a goalie change. The Mexico goal was Bartolo from Lopez and Dixon Child as a snow shower there for Ballas, courtesy of one of the Brazilian players who gets some attention from the Mexican side. That was Becerra who came flying in. Off this face off, Garcia able to win it back. Ruiz to Garcia. Gives it right back. Now Robertson looking to take control in the corner. Robertson in front. Tornman throws that one too high and up out of play.
Bom passe do Robertson pro Tornman. Tornman pegou no backhand. Não, foi no forehand na verdade. Mas jogou um pouco forte demais, foi parar na tela. E face off novamente. Brasil 4-1.
Bianchini looking to get back on net, and he missed. Caroms all the way back down towards Brazil's end. A foot race, Bartolo wins it. Bartolo in front looking for Lopez, and he just couldn't get it in a shooting position. Pass was just a tad behind him. Back up comes Brazil, Becerra, and he knocked off his stick. Forced around to the far side, Bianchini overskated it, took a bump. A penalty is coming up here, and roughing is the signal.
Pênalti, mais um pênalti do time mexicano. Foi na verdade um cross-check, é quando ele usa o taco para empurrar o jogador. E aí o juiz é considerado um lance perigoso, então o juiz marca 2 minutos de penalidade para o jogador mexicano.
So it's Berdekin sitting in the box for Team Mexico. Brazil gets the power play back to work. They lead 4-1, 7.5 to go here in period 3. We just passed the halfway point of the final frame of the round robin here at the Dream Nations Cup. Tomorrow, semifinals and bronze medal games, and then Sunday, the gold medal games. For Division II, the bronze medal game will be between Mexico and Pakistan, as Robertson had his shot stopped and covered by Ballas.
Bela jogada do Robertson. Passou, deixou para o Thorman chutar. Na verdade, o contrário. Jogada do Thorman, que passou, deixou para o Robertson chutar. E em cima do goleiro, que fez a defesa em 2 tempos. Brasil 4-1, faltando 7 minutos e 1 para o fim do terceiro período.
Of course, keep it locked into DreamNationsCup.com/live, the Dream Nations Cup YouTube channel, for all of the bracket part of the tournament. Tomorrow and Sunday, we have the full live game broadcast and much more coverage on our social media channels as well. Here's a steal by Mendoza, hustling in. Lost the handle, now turns it on net, and Koch able to make the save. Cavalcanti frustrated with himself after the turnover.
O Léo Cavalcanti tá errando algumas vezes e resolveu descontar um pouco no taco. Acontece, tá um pouco frustrado, mas vai se acalmar e vai dar tudo certo.
Face-off will be to Koch's right. Chaveste slides in for Mexico, and Gibbs will take it for Team Brazil, who needs one more player out there. Melnick will hop off the bench. Comes in towards Koch. He stops it, leaves for Biancini. Biancini steps out, taking a look. Long lead pass on for Gibbs. Left wing side, enters the offensive zone. Gibbs throws on the brakes. Takes a look, goes up high to McColgan. Winds, fires, that one deflected. Saved Ballas, and he does enough to get the whistle as Melnick was knocked down in front by Dixon Child.
Belo chute do Gibbs. O Melnick tentou pegar o rebote, mas tropeçou no goleiro. Os jogadores do México foram lá, deram aquele empurrão, mas está tudo bem.
Face-off will be to Ballas' right. The Brazilian power play continues for another 32 seconds. Gibbs able to take control, but a hand pass called against Brazil. Cannot pass the puck with your hand unless you are in the defensive zone. Brazil was in the offensive end. And that means the face-off comes outside to the neutral zone.
Uma falta, não chega a ser um pênalti que alguém vai ter que sair, mas o jogador empurrou o puck com a mão, dando um passe com a mão, isso não é permitido. Nesse caso, faz um face-off na zona neutra, mais próxima da área ofensiva.
Face-off back deep in Mexican territory after the puck went up into the Mexican bench. Biancini hit his own man Melnick with that shot. Biancini inside out move and a shoulder save made by Ballas. Sent across, Melnick takes a look, went right along the ice looking for that bottom corner, and he just sent it wide. Mexico back to full strength. Reeser got a shot away that was blocked. Miranda gets his way to the top. Try and feed it back down low towards Melnick. Here's Gibbs. Pull it across to the far side. Reeser looking towards the back door. Blocked and popped high up in the air. Gibbs. Reeser. Up high to Miranda. Down low, Gibbs one-timer. Hard off the side of the net. Carried away by Takaya, but recovered by Brazil. And back in. Gibbs turns the corner up top. Tried to get it through. That was blocked. Gibbs retreating. Makes a pass back up. And sent on through for Melnick with a nice move. Melnick's in. He scores. A hat-trick goal for Matthew Melnick. Gets 5 on the board for the Brazilians.
Belíssima jogada do jogador Melnick, que pegou, traçou os jogadores e chutou lá no canto direito do goleiro, onde ele não podia fazer absolutamente nada. Hat-trick do jogador 60 Melnick. Para quem não sabe, hat-trick é quando o jogador faz 3 gols no mesmo jogo. Você já ouviu isso falar no futebol. No hóquei, geralmente, a torcida joga chapéus mesmo no ringue, o que não vai acontecer aqui, porque isso é um jogo internacional.
Marchetti working on the left wing side, sent it all the way across. Pereira picks it up there, and he took a bump from Gutierrez. Pereira round to the far side. McColgan stumbling down. Still able to keep it away from Dixon Child as he did. Marchetti. Then bounce it up top. Dixon Child able to push it ahead towards Bartolo. Has a man breaking. It's Lopez. Bartolo couldn't get it there as the lane was closed off. He'll skate it in instead. Bartolo spun around. Lost the puck. Brazil looking to work out. Biancini lost the handle. Lopez the other direction. Has Garcia with him. Here's Lopez, a shot. Fought off by Koch. Now a shot from a sharp angle off the side of the net from Gutierrez. Tried to center back in front. Backhanded up the boards. Garcia tried to move it back down the wall. Shot towards the cage was blocked. Floated through. Lopez swept it out high. Garcia turns the corner on Tournman. Garcia throws on the brakes. 3 minutes left to go as Garcia's shot is stopped by Koch. Mexico getting some real opportunities in this game. As it comes to Balas, and he'll cover up. And certainly this feels like one of the best games that Mexico has played, not just in this tournament, but also last year at the Dream Nations when they went 0-3 and finished at the bottom of the men's division.
Mexico is fighting a lot this game, not looking like the Mexico that lost to Pakistan yesterday. So really being tough to Brazil.
And for Mexico, again, a team that and a program that's just trying to build, trying to get that exposure. And the most important part of the Dream Nations Cup is that exposure. They will have one more game, the bronze medal game tomorrow against Team Pakistan. But again, this feels like a true building block type of game that they can feel like they were in it for about 80% of the way. And they got a big goal. They got a nice sized crowd here to cheer them on. And has stuck with them to the end. Again, one more game left for both of these teams. Bronze medal game tomorrow for Mexico and the gold medal game on Sunday for Team Brazil. Pass comes all the way across. Tornman, the one-timer. That was partially impeded. Tornman again, and Balas able to reset and make the save.
Boa jogada do Torman, ele deu um chute mascado, o goleiro deu rebote, o Bezerra tentou aproveitar o rebote, não conseguiu, o goleiro afastou para distante, o puck voltou, o Torman de novo teve outra chance, e dessa vez chutou em cima do goleiro, mantém o placar 5-1 Brasil.
Lucian McColgan set for this face-off. McColgan tried to chop it towards the net, couldn't do it. McColgan again. Trying to spin behind the net, knocked down. Takaya after it. Pereira, and will sweep it towards the cage. Shot on goal. Pinballs over to the near side corner. Takaya. Couldn't get it ahead. Now he does. Garcia lost it. We approach the final minute of play in this one. Shots 41-12 in favor of Brazil. They're up 5-1. Garcia trying to add another for Mexico. It's Takaya who couldn't collect that puck on the other side thanks to the defense by Giuliano Passi. Gutierrez flying off the bench. Got behind the net. Takaya couldn't put it out in front. Now Franco winds, fires, deflected in front, popped up in the air, batted around, and Mexico scores! And for the first time at the Dream Nations, Team Mexico has a multi-goal game. Looks like Garcia was the one who got the last touch on it. And you talk about a building block game for Team Mexico. That is nice for the confidence. And again, the Mexican fans up and cheering for their squad.
Team Mexico got the puck that Brazil couldn't clear correctly. They tried to shoot, but bounced a bit, and then on the rebound, Lopez was able to put it in and make now Brazil 5-2.
Gibbs steps his way in. Inside out move. Gibbs tried to pass it across to Mazera. That didn't connect. Chopped up by Musi. Poked out of the zone, and that will do it. Well, Mexico can certainly hold their heads up high. Brazil wins on to the gold medal game. But a strong challenge from Team Mexico. A much tighter game than many may have expected, and a 5-2 final score. But Brazil finishes 2-1 in the group stage. They will take on Team Caribbean on Sunday in the gold medal game. Team Mexico will face Team Pakistan tomorrow in the bronze medal game. Again, a solid win for Team Brazil to end round robin play.
Jogo apertado para o Brasil, mas o que importa mesmo agora, a gente tem que valorizar a vitória e o Brasil poder disputar a medalha de ouro no próximo domingo contra o Caribe.
That will do it for the round robin stage of the Dream Nations Cup. We get to the semifinals tomorrow. Let's run down the entire schedule for tomorrow's games. It will be Team Egypt against Team Puerto Rico on the women's side for the first semifinal, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 10:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, immediately following that one, Team Caribbean and Team Lebanon in the other women's semifinal. The winners of those games will move on to Sunday's championship, and the losers will face each other at 6:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the bronze medal game. On the men's Division 1 side, Central America will face Egypt at 12:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, followed immediately by Team Indigenous and Team Armenia. Once again, the winners move on to the final on Sunday, and the losers head to the bronze medal game. That will be the nightcap at 8 p.m. And finally, the men's Division 2 bronze medal game at 4:20 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time, Team Pakistan against Team Mexico. But that's going to do it for me. Claudio, thank you so much for joining me. Hope to see you again in the booth. That's going to do it for day number 3 at the Dream Nations semifinals and bronze medal games tomorrow. So lock it back into the Dream Nations Cup YouTube channel then. But for now, I'm Will Wiggleman saying so long and have a great night.
Boa noite.